Hello my loves, welcome back to my channel. I thought I'd just do a little craft with me as I've got a project I'm working on at the moment, and it's a small book. The pages are only this big and I've got this as a template. I've just got oil on that. I've just lit an oil burner and yeah, I've got oil on that, but it doesn't matter because let's have a wipe in case there's any on here. This is just my guide to how big my pages are, so I know that nothing I make can be bigger than this. So that's why I've sort of like cut it the same size as the pages, and I've got it on my desk because I'm used to doing full size pages like an A4 or 8x11 folded in half. That's the normal size of my page. It's normally quite big, and so I don't want to get carried away making stuff and then it don't fit. So this is the size that I need to measure up to. So I've got loads of bits and bobs, like this is just the scraps. But because the pages are so small, a lot of these will really come in handy. So I noticed something a bit earlier. I bet I can't find it now. Here it is. Yeah, this I obviously started making for something else and then didn't use it, forgot about it. But it's a little bit too wide, but it's still really cool. So I'm gonna cut that down and then we will use it. Yep, now it fits. I might take a little bit more off. Sorry for the squeak. A little bit more off, just so it's not taking up the whole width of the page and round that corner. And I'm going to make a pocket, so I'll grab some inks. If I need more, I'll go over and grab more, but for the minute, and I'll take them off of there because that ink tends to get on everything. Right, I'll just ink this one that I've cut off, and yeah, that'll sit on my page nicely. So I want a bit at the bottom to be the pocket, and got some bits. Let's see. Ah, this one's already cut. Right, that's a bit too small. I'll save that for the next one. And this one, that bit, yeah, we could cut that off. Yeah, I like that. Let's mark that. Let's turn over to the plain side. Oh look, and that's something that I was going to use for something else. That's, I've had thank you stamped on that, but that don't matter because no one's going to see it. So we'll be cutting that bit off. And that will sit there, and I think I'll round the corners on this one too, just give it a little bit of ink. So yeah, I hope everyone's doing well. I was gonna call it a night just now. I've been doing some little bits and bobs. I was editing a video that I finished filming earlier, and so I was going to call it a night, but then I changed my mind and thought I wanted to crack on with this. So I thought I'll switch the camera on and we'll have a little craft with me. I'll just get rid of that gunky bit at the top. And yeah, I'll do that before I go to bed. So we can have it that way or that way. I think that way is more of a contrast and I like that. As you can probably guess, I'm working on another boho journal, and this one is a little binky one. It's so cute. And so yeah, I want to start making all the bits and bobs for the inside, so that once I put it all together, everything is good to go. Right, it looks a little bit wonky. That looks a little bit better, I think. You're probably at home screaming, no it don't, it's still wonky. But got a lot of offcuts in here. There might be something. Might use that. That's really jazzy, isn't it? Although I'm going to put it midway, I think. And I'll have something else at the bottom. I'll have that at the bottom. And further up. I will see. Do I want that at the bottom? No, I want that midway, that one. And I'm only going to glue the ends. Because then I can tuck something behind it. I don't know what, but I can. So just get that glue there. I might even take it behind so that it's super secured. Although this glue is pretty good anyway. Well, it's better than pretty good, it's really good, isn't it? It does really hold. But just to be on the safe side, I think, yeah, a little tiny bit each side ain't going to hurt. I'm going to cut this though, because this is double thickness. It's got a little hem there. And I don't want the bulk. So now I've cut that. Obviously it's a bit longer now. I'll lose that bit. And then I have to remember to glue the top layer as well. Look, you see? Right, put a bit of glue in there as well. And we can pop a paper clip on, just to keep it super duper pressed down. And yeah, yeah, I like that. I'll just have to think what I'm going to have on the bottom. So yeah, I had the kids over for the weekend, come over, and like the kids have played and everything like that. Had a really nice time. And then yeah, I thought I'm really worn out now. And so I'll just grab this a minute. I'm holding bits up against it now. And so yeah, I thought, shall I get in bed and read my book? And then I thought, no, I'll come and have a little craft, just a little play for a little while, and have you lot join me. Right, so I've decided I'm going to have a bit of black lace at the bottom, but I'm just going to put a thin bead along there so that this is like a little lip. It'll be glued, but it can be a little lip that something can balance on that's tucked behind there. Like, say for example, if that was tucked behind there, it would be balancing on the bottom bit there. So that's my little plan. But you know how it is, especially when you've got a bit of like shaky hands like I have, and that. Getting a thin bead of glue when you want it, when you don't want it, when you need a lot, you can do a little tiny thin bead. But when I want a small bit, I tend to like blob it on. But no, that looks pretty alright. Oh, sorry, that was just my scissors falling to the floor. My other scissors, paper ones. Right. Yeah, and that, yeah, it's just enough, you know. It's for something lightweight, you know, like a little playing card or something like that, or a little ticket. We'll be able to sit on there. So let's have something up here, I think I've got some little black bows somewhere. I did have, because I used one or two on the spread I did in my weekly journal. Yeah, I've got one. And I used some on the memory page in memory of my auntie. So, and I know I didn't use them all. And yeah, I had one. So that's lucky. And I'm just going to pop that there. That is plenty. Oh, glue. Don't stick to me. Stick to the paper. Don't stick to me. Right, stay. Stay. Okay. So, oh, sorry for that rattling. I want to put a little gem in the middle there. And I'm going to have one of these little purple ones. Right, they're so tiny. Look, they're sticking to me already. I might have to do it with a pair of tweezers. I don't know. Right, a little blob of glue. Right, if I can get it off my thumb and into position. Oh, it went underneath my fingernail. Right, turn it up the other way. Get in. That's it. Stay. That's it. That's all I wanted. Right. So that's that done. And then I want something to fit inside. A little journaling card. Will go in there. Just seeing if I've got anything already that size. I don't think I have. In what colours that I want. I could cut a bit of that off. Or I might use the... Oh, the pink probably fits. It just needs straightening up. A little bit taking off. I'll do the pink then. We'll take off a little bit. Okay, so this looks very, very wonky. That's a straight edge, definitely. So we'll take a bit off all round. Sorry for the squeaking. Right, let's see. Yep, that will fit in there nicely. And we'll take off the corners to make a tag. So yeah, I had fun with the kids while they was over. Oh, I've got to show you. Look what Lily made. My son gave her a ping pong ball. Look, which is that. And then I let her have some of my fabric. And yeah, she chose some of this new lace that I got from Denise. And I was like, oh, I don't know if I can part with it. But yeah, I did share it with her. And yeah, she made this little thing. She cut out the dress and everything and lined it all up. And the only help she needed was to sew this together. And I helped her thread the elastic through the top. But isn't that cool that she did all by herself? I think it's excellent. And so, yeah, that's Isabella, our new craft room guest. But yeah, I love it when the kids are over and like we're playing about and getting out the paints or like the craft stuff. I just love it. Right, let's move that a little bit. I need to make a hole. Actually, no, I won't yet because I want to back that. I've just got some bits of paper with different stuff on. I'll use this end. It's got a little bit stamped there in yellow, so we'll go up there. And yeah, I'll just make a tag to sit in there. And maybe get out a few bits and pieces to slot in there with the tag. Right. And so yeah, working on another boho journal, and I love doing them because, don't get me wrong, I love doing all different styles of journals, I really do. And like last week I was working on a nature kit, and I was going to do more. I only did one, which is now sold, but yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I thought, oh, I feel like I haven't done this for ages. And so yeah, I really got into it, and yeah, thoroughly enjoyed myself. But then yeah, I've got this journal that is halfway through, so it needs me to finish it. I've got loads of new tickets and things from my friend, and so I'm really enjoying using new little bits and bobs. I really like that. Let's ink it. I'm inking it with pink. This dark Seedless Preserve by Tim Holtz, this oxide. I love them. They're so vibrant. Right, so I'm going to have that on there. I think we'll have a bit of cheesecloth behind it. We could have purple. Yeah, we could. Well, it's more of a lilac, isn't it, when you open it up? Yeah, we could have a bit of that. That looks lovely. Right. And yeah, it's really exciting, isn't it, when you've got new bits and bobs to play around with. Like if you get a new paper pack, or you get like some new supplies of any kind, like new papers and that. I've got some lovely new papers that I've already started to use from my friend Amy, that are perfect, like in this little journal that I'm working on at the moment. So I've already used a couple, even though they're so beautiful that I didn't want to use them. Do you know what I mean? But then I thought, this is the perfect thing to use them on, because they go so well with the theme. But yeah, I've only just got them, and so it was really difficult for me to use them. But luckily, the papers that I chose out of the ones she sent me, they was like doubles, so I've still got that same paper. I haven't used it all, which is brilliant, because yeah, I like to hang on to things for a little while when they're new, because it's exciting, isn't it? Now that needs to be down a bit because of the hole. Oh no, I just have to do the hole higher up, won't I? Because normally I would have put that down here. I don't know why I put that so high. But I'll have to have something down here. I think we'll have a bit of fabric, a bit of trim. I'm really sorry I'm doing this behind you, but my trim, most of it hangs on the wall behind me. And so I really like, I'm going to cut it off anyway, because I'm going to use, I really love that, but this pocket hasn't got like gusset or anything, so I think with that it would be too difficult to get in and out of the pocket. That fits in all right, but I think with that on it might make it too bulky. I really do love that trim though, but I'll use that on the next one, I think, and I'm going to go for a flatter one with a contrasting colour. So I've found one. Completely different colour, completely different style, but yes, I love that blue on that pink. I think, see, that's the thing with the people do boho in different ways. This is my boho, the way I use loads of bright colours, loads of like clashing, contrasting, like fighting against each other for attention colours. You know, I don't stick to the same colour family like you would if you was doing a different style journal, you know. But that adds to the fun of it for me, because I can just go mad. I'll just do whatever I want, finding things that sort of like really are fighting for attention, all these bright colours. But yeah, I think they look great once they're there all together. And I'm just going to grab a little playing card, not one of my teeny tiny ones, the new ones that I got, this size. And yeah, right, we've got the 4 of diamonds, and so I'm going to ink this. They already come like with this smudgy blue around and like over them like there, but I'm just gonna dab with this that I haven't inked since I used it last, which was like a couple of hours ago, and you see it still holds so much ink and so much colour. And I'm going to put that there like that. I really like that. It's just fitted under there, which is cool. And now I'm going to punch a hole, which I've got to go near the top, nearer the top than I normally would, but that's no drama. As long as it's reinforced, it won't cause any problems. Right. And a bit of ribbon. I had a bit a little while ago that I could have used. I don't know where it's gone now. I'm going to use a bit of fluffy if I can find it. Oh, I've got eyelash trim here. I'll use that. I was going for another one that's over there that's fluffy, but I couldn't see it, so we'll have this instead, which I might take out later and spritz with a few different colours. And then put it back in, because I think that looks really cool, like doing an ombre effect, starting at one end and then just sort of gradually going from, as you get to the other end. This ain't going in. As you get to the other end, it's a completely different colour. I love that, and this takes it so well, it really does. Right, I've got you now. Oh, I made that much more difficult than it normally is, didn't I? Right, I don't need that much on there, and that will fit in there nicely. And I think I'll put another card. No, they're too big. I'm wondering about these playing cards. These are like sort of my medium-sized ones. They're not quite as small as the others, like the one on the front there, but oh yeah, that fits perfect. I like that. And I think again we'll play about with some colour. Right, that looks a bit dark, so oh look, I'm holding 2. I'll put that one down. Right, if they come up a bit dark like that, you can spritz them. I haven't got my heat tool plugged in. Right, where's that? Right, I'll just plug my heat tool in and I'll be right. Right, so there's more on there than I wanted, like at the top. But that's the brilliant thing with these oxides, if I can say it. Oxides. If you spray them and then heat them, they'll fade a bit. So I'll just heat this and I'll be right. So that's heated up now. Look at all the amount of things I've got on my desk. This is terrible. It's chaos. Right. So you see, it's gone a bit lighter. The darker colour has gone to the edge because I was directing the water once it oxidised, I was directing the water with the heat tool towards the edge to get the darker colour there. And so now, like, the faces are a lot more visible because they're a lot lighter. And that will just sit really nicely in there. So, that's our first pocket done and dusted. Right, so I'll put that over there in the basket. Now I had this, and that was already cut to size, so we'll have something to go behind that. This nice wallpaper. I like those together. And the thing with wallpaper, it's so thin, so it's not going to add bulk to the little book. Right, let's just get one straight edge, and then we can worry about all the others. So we've got our one straight edge. Now I'll do it at this end because that is easier. Right. Now, right, how wide was that? About there, I think. Right, that is too long. Well, it isn't. It fits on the page. Yeah, it does fit on the page. I'd like something different at the top. So what I'm going to do is take it over to my Big Shop, and I'm going to use a die, but I'm only going to use it to do the top bit. So I'm going to wind it halfway through and then back again, because I know the shape that I want, but they're like frames, and so if I do it halfway, I'll just get the pattern at the top. Fingers crossed. I'll be right back and show you. Right, so the first one come out a bit wrong, so I tried it at the other end doing a different method, and it come out perfect. So that's what I did here. This was the die, and obviously I only wanted the top bit. And so I thought I'll go through, and on the first click I'll know, and then I'll come back out. But it didn't. It went a bit too far. So then I tried another method on the bottom before I wasted another bit of paper, and it worked how I wanted to. So what I did, I just taped that there, but then I put the whole die at the very end of the cutting plates. So the cutting plates was only touching there, and that half was hanging out. And yeah, it's come out exactly how I wanted it to. I think that'll look really cool on the page. So I'm just going to ink around. I've got this gold ink that I haven't used for yonks. Oh, it's still really juicy. Look at that. I ain't used this for, I can't even remember when. I'd say at least a year, at least. And it's super, super wet. And do you know what? That was one of the really cheap ones that I bought. It was £1 in the range. So it just goes to show you don't have to spend a fortune. I'm always saying this, ain't I? But it's because I live on quite a tight budget, and so I know what it's like to sort of want all the best things, but you just can't afford them, you know. And so that's why I shop around, get a lot of bargains. And yeah, it all works out. But I'll just put this away because that's going to bug me. And right, that's the size of our page, and that will sit on there like that. I really like that. Right, so I might go around the edges of this in the gold as well while I've got it out. And it gives it just like a little bit of a shine when the light catches it, which is cool. Get the bottom inked. I love that when you've got something that was like cheap as chips and it turns out to be really good. Look at this glue. Unlike this glue that's not cheap as chips and is nearly always annoying. Oh. But yeah, I think this will look pretty cool on the page. Yeah, like that. Like that. Look at that. I really love that. I don't think I want to do too much to this pocket because I really like it as it is. I don't know. Yeah, no, I don't want that. No. I might put something at the top, but I really like that. I think I'm just going to make a tag and go more decorative on the tag that sits inside it. I might even do that shape but smaller. No, I don't know. I don't think that'll come out all right. I think I'll go wrong somewhere with that. So let's grab this. That looks like it's the right width. Like, could do with a little tiny bit being taken off. And I think I'm going to use this side rather than this side. Because if I was using it that, I'd use it that way. You know, that looks wrong to me. So it's too short that way. So I'm going to use the back this time and then use this bit for something else. Something else. So how long do we want it roughly? I want it about there because I don't want... Oh, I'll go a bit longer because I'm cutting the edges off. Oh, I was going to make it slimmer, wasn't I? I'm forgetting what I'm doing, guys. I think I'm tired and I need a little bit of sleep, but I really wanted to get some of this done. And I really love it, like when I'm crafting and chit-chatting with you guys and you're crafting along at home. I love that. Right. See, once the corners are off, you will still see that ornate shape at the top. If I cut big corners, not little corners. Yep. Right. I've just taken it in slightly though. No, I won't. Right. And two, I really love these papers. Like that one and this one. They're all from the Storyteller paper pack. And I've got the 8x8 and the 12x12 and I just love them. I really do. Right. I need a bit of paper to back that. I think we'll have another bit of this. And yep. Then I can decorate this a bit more, but I really like that as is. Sometimes I think like with this kind of the way I do boho, everyone's different and loads of people do it really different to me, but the way I do it, like a lot of the time I am like I just said, the colours are all competing with each other and the textures and everything like that. But then sometimes you just put something together, and I don't know, you at home you might not agree, but like I think that just on its own is really enough. And yeah, I really like the shape of that die that I've got. I use it a lot when I'm sending stuff. I use that as like a little tag topper. But yeah, I'd love it just to have like a set of sort of like edging dies, do you know what I mean? Ones that you can use for like to get different tops and that on your tags. I'd love that, but because I haven't got a set of dies like that, and I don't know if any exist like that. I just improvise, and then sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Like I showed you the first time, I went just a tad too far and it started cutting the bottom shape, and yeah, that's not what you want. I just wanted the top. But yeah, let's see, yeah, that will fit in there. I might make it a little bit shorter, let's see. No, look, you can still see the whole shape, so that's pretty cool. But then this is very plain now, isn't it? So let's see, I might do a little bit of a fabric collage on here, but just with some thin trims and fabrics. That's quite nice. That's a lot thinner than that. So is this ribbon. I could cut a bit of that off. That is lovely, and that really, look at that, they're like pretty much the same. Right, we'll have a bit of this. We've got a bit of that. I'm just rummaging now, seeing what, that's a nice one. All my little bits and bobs, my little offcuts, that's lovely. That's very thin. That bit. Maybe a bit of that. Right. Let's crack on with what we've got. No, I'm not using that. Don't go too mental. Yeah, I quite like that. We'll have that as our base. That's the wrong side. And yeah, I'll just layer up a quick collage of fabrics, but that are not too thick. I'll just sit this on here because I could reach down for my glass tray, but I didn't, and I don't want glue on my mat. No, I don't. That's like my worst nightmare, gluey mat. I don't like gluey, sticky substances, which, seeing as my hands are sticky, like, well over 50% of my lifetime. I've got sticky fingers because I'm always crafting. I was watching Gail earlier while I was crafting, Gail Gostinelli, and she was talking about having her grandkids, and I commented and said, like, about enjoying it and that, and I said it's probably the only thing that tops being in the craft room for me is when the grandkids are over, because I love playing with them and everything like that. But yeah, other than that, this is my favourite place to be, sitting here crafting away, creating new things, using loads of different mixed media and that. It really is my happy place, and that's why I like having a chat with you guys, because I think I share that love with a lot of you. Like, a lot of you are the sort of same mindset as me, you know. And what I've discovered since, like, I started, I was always doing like arty stuff and different crafts, but then I started junk journaling, and I think this is one of the most positive communities and environments that I've ever known in my life, you know. Very rarely do I see negative comments on people's videos, and I've never had any personally. I know I've only got a really small channel, and I suppose when you've got like thousands of people, there's more chance that someone's gonna not like what you're doing, or like click dislike, you know, if you've got thousands and thousands of subscribers. But because I've only got a few, and you all chat to me and that, and it's marvellous. I keep cutting this and cutting this down. It's getting smaller and smaller. But yeah, it wasn't right. But yeah, you know, I've got you lot, and you're all really, really positive and lovely, and yeah, it just brings me so much joy, like with your feedback and everything like that. And yeah, on the whole, I know I've seen like one or two negatives, or one or two things where people have clicked dislike on someone's video, and I think, what do you do that for? Just don't watch it. Like, don't say you don't like it. Like, I feel bad for the person, because I think, how can you do that? They've took the time to sort of make this video for your entertainment, for our entertainment, you know. And it's like I've got company in the craft room, like when I'm sitting and Gail's chatting away about her family and what she's doing, and like watching all the rest of you and listening to your stories and how you sort of make the decisions on what you're doing. And yeah, I would never dream of clicking dislike on someone's video. I'm saying that, I bet you I'll get loads now, because I said I've never had any. I bet I get loads now I've said this. But no, only because I just think, oh, someone's taken all that time to make something that has kept me entertained and kept me company in the craft room, you know. And yeah, I really appreciate that. And yeah, on the whole, I think this is a really, really positive community. And yeah, it's just amazing. It really is. I just love it so much, and it does make you think, why wasn't I doing this years ago? Why haven't I always been doing this? But I didn't know what junk journals was like a couple of years ago. And so yeah, as soon as I did, and I just became addicted, started making them, couldn't stop. I was making them for everybody. And and then, yeah, like, the kids really encouraged me and said, why don't you do a YouTube channel? And because of my social anxiety and that, I rarely leave the house. I thought, no, I wouldn't be able to do that. But then I gave it a little go. And if you go back to my first few videos, I was as nervous as anything ever. I was nervous, more nervous than the most nervous person that lives in Nervousville. I was really nervous and like sort of shaky and that. I'm still shaky, but yeah, people was nice from the off, and so I thought, do you know what, I really like this, and yeah, here I am, been doing it ever since. So yeah, I think the end of the summer last year, I think, was when I started my channel. So I'm not 100% sure. I'm just reaching behind to grab some trim. And yeah, so I think it was like maybe about August, something like that. I'll have to look, because it does tell you, don't it, somewhere or other on YouTube. But yeah, I'll have to have a look, because I think it was still warm and that when I was first doing my first videos. But yeah, I haven't looked back. This has been one of the best years of my life, you know, because I've made new friends, and oh, I wish they lived nearer. I've made friends with people in America that are really lovely, good friends, but yeah, they're hundreds of thousands of miles away. But yeah, it is lovely, you know, and I've had a lot of support of my shop, and yeah, it's just been the best thing I've ever done, really. Well, apart from having kids and that. But yeah, I love it. I really enjoy it, and I think it's so much fun. And I love watching other people And like Jamie says to me, you're always on YouTube. And I say, but there's so many brilliant people that I need time to watch, you know, because there is. You couldn't list them, you'd be here like all day and all night, wouldn't you? But yeah, there's just so many people. Right, so this one's quite busy. Yeah, this one not so much, but then I've done this bits on the front. Just a bit of collage. I think I want something else there. Let's have a look. Let's go with some sequins. A bit of bling. A bit of bling's always good in something like this. And right, these are difficult to pick out. Right, I'll have a nice blue one that stands out. And no, we don't want a yellow one because it's on a yellow background. That's too small. Oh, a pink one. There. So, nice bright blue. There. And a nice bright pink. There. Oh, stick to the thing, not my finger. Right. Right, so there's our sequins. There's our second little pocket with its tag. And yeah, I'm pleased with them. I was going to make a third thing, but I'm not sure. I might go and get in bed. I'm getting a bit tired now. But see, I love this packaging. I think this is wicked. That was off a bottle of perfume I got for Christmas. And I've already used some of it. This is all I've got left now. But I really love it. And so, what I thought... Right, moved that. I'll cut that flap off as well, because we can still use that somewhere else. Where's our page? Right, that is still quite big. But what I thought was, this can just be a journaling card. That's the wrong punch. The corner punch. It's quite hard with this thick card, but yeah, because it was packaging for a 200ml bottle, it's got to be really sturdy, hasn't it? Right, I won't even have to back that, and all I want to do is cover up this Versace bit in the middle, because I'll go around the edge with this gold. I really like that. And I think I might do a strip going down the middle that is like a belly band. I'm just gonna go grab this and I'm just gonna smudge these edges a bit, because I think I'll smudge those with this though. Oh, I'm getting it everywhere. I might have to back this, telling you the truth, because look, where this is so runny, I just got a bit on my finger and I've splodged it all over the place. So, we don't want that, do we? That was not the look we were going for. So, I am going to back it now onto this. But, it's no drama. And it don't take a minute, does it? Because, yeah, that back now just looks really dirty. But, yeah, what I was thinking was, if we just put something down the middle, so I really like all this pattern and that. I think it's fabulous just as it is. And then once we've done that, it could be a bit like a belly band if I only glue the top and the bottom, like what I did here, I might have that kind of thing going on along here, and then I could slip something behind it, just tuck something behind, and maybe like a card of some sort, maybe like an angel or a card, or a love or a card, one of those things. I've got a load of them in, all different sorts of stuff like that. I used to read loads of magazines that was sort of like kind of like new age style, sort of like, so you're learning about sort of like aromatherapy and that kind of thing, homeopathy, and astrology. They'd have articles on, and like sort of sometimes you'd get those cards that I've got loads of, like free with the magazine, like this week love aura cards, and this week angel aura cards, all things like that. And yeah, I used to buy them magazines all the time before I got into like sort of junk journaling. I don't have time to read them now. I still read a lot, like my books. No, that's too short. I'll get another bit, or a thicker bit. But yeah, I don't have time for them now. But I think it was just because I hadn't found the right thing for me in my life. I'm just going to grab some trim. Right, so I've got a really lovely bit of ribbon there. I love that sparkle. I think it's perfect. And yeah, I'm just going to glue at each end. Here is my glue. I didn't know what I did with it then. Right. And then yeah, once the glue is dry, I can tuck something behind that hides that Versace perfectly. I'm just eyeballing this. I hope that it's in the middle. It looks a little bit further. Right, let's cut this off, and then I can put a couple of paper clips on while I'm looking for something to go inside. I'll just put them in my snippets box. Right. Oh no, one didn't want to go. It stuck itself to my thumb. Right. Oh, excuse me. I've got a bit of a cough. Right. They will make sure that that dries nice and tight. And in the meantime, let's see. Faith. Never lose trust in your angel. That's lovely. We'll have her. And that will just tuck like that. And this can go into like a tuck spot or a pocket. But that, I think, is a lovely journaling card. And that's all I've done, isn't it? Added a bit of ribbon. So it's so easy. So yeah, I'm going to call it a night now, because I want to have a nice long soak in the bath. Which I rarely do, because with time and that, you just jump in the shower, don't you? So we've got a couple of pockets with their tags, and our journaling cards with its belly band. I'm really pleased with how they've turned out. I think I've had a productive evening. Oh, I just need to measure. I didn't measure this, or did I? That's it, it's perfect. Right, okay, so thank you very much if you've joined me and crafted along with me. I really do appreciate all of your support, and I'll be back with another video very soon. Thanks for watching. Love you lots. Bye-bye. Bye.